Welcome back to iGaming. Today we're going over 5 games that you need to wishlist that could be coming out in 2023. These are all survival games, and this is the first time I've done a video like this, so any feedback is greatly appreciated. Also subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video, let's jump into it and check out 5 awesome new survival games that you need to wishlist. So first and foremost is Sons of the Forest. Now this is the sequel to the original survival game The Forest, which was absolutely amazing, and this is pretty much a lot better, an enhanced version of that. What you're going to be seeing is a hell of a load of new mutants, a whole host of new features such as new weapons, a mutant companion, ever-changing seasons, and a load more. The original Forest game was brilliant. It was received very well by the survival and horror community, and I have a feeling that this one will be even better. The original release date was October of 2022, but unfortunately that was pushed back several times, and our final release date that we are going to be reaching is February. Now the date on that I believe is the 27th, but that is a little bit in and ahhing, and rumour has it that they are on a very good track to actually get this one out on time. It's also going to feature a improved building system, which is actually quite interesting. I'd like to know how they're going to go with this building system. I wasn't a big fan of the original Forest building system, but other people were definitely in love with it, and some people made some amazing things. It's also going to feature a massive chunk of improvements over the original Forest, with a whole host of new weapons, seasonal, dynamic weather system, and also mutant companions. Whether we're going to be seeing more than one mutant companion is yet to be seen, but we will definitely be seeing one for sure, as you can see in this trailer. And also a horde-like mentality from the enemy mutants, and they're going to be working together a hell of a lot smarter than they were in the original game, which is very, very exciting, and it's going to pose a hell of a challenge for players new and old, something that I'm very excited about. Also, what you may see is there is a bunker and we can dig, which quite cool, something that I wish we could do in the original Forest, but it is here. I'm very excited to see that bit. What are your thoughts on Sons of the Forest? Let me know in the comments, and let's check out the next one. Next up is Nightingale. This one looks absolutely insane. Unfortunately, it is another one that has been delayed. It was first meant to launch towards the end of 2022, but was pushed back to 2023. Hopefully somewhere within that first half. It would be great to see it in the first quarter, but there are no actual dates as of yet. Now, it is set in a gaslamp fantasy world. You are a realm walker stranded beyond the world, cut off by the collapse of the arcane portals. The catastrophe has left you fighting in a labyrinth to survive these beautiful and dangerous realms. Now, something that I find really interesting about this game is the portal system itself and the realm card system. And the way we'll activate the portals is through something called realm cards, and these realm cards will vary greatly depending on what you want them to do. Some of them will bring in enemies, some of them will change the weather, some will change the loot, and so on, which will really add to the replayability of this game and keep it going for quite a long time. There's also a big emphasis on community building, so you can get AI in-game to actually build settlements for you, or you can band together with your friends and create giant settlements, which look really cool. As you've seen in the trailer, the giants and the trolls coming to attack them. That is something that I find quite cool, and especially as a community involved thing, working together as a big group on a server or players' worlds is going to be something that's quite interesting, especially for those people that do love the co-op side of survival games. Some people do love that single player side, and the plus side to this is you don't actually need to be out there doing all that co-op stuff. It just makes things a little bit quicker. Obviously you've got AI teammates that can come in and do a load of building for you and populate the settlement just to make it look more homely. So it is the best of both worlds. Now hopefully we find out towards the start of 2023 when the release will actually be. Very excited for this one. Next up is Forever Skies. This game looks absolutely phenomenal. If you haven't, there is a demo up on Steam at the moment which you can try out. It is pretty damn cool, and the features are limited in the demo, but it is a demo, so what do you expect? Now think of Subnautica, but the opposite. Subnautica in the sky. This game looks really cool. It was supposed to be releasing the late end of 2022, but unfortunately was delayed, and now is looking to release sometime in 2023. I'm hoping for the first half, but we shall see. Now, what you'll have to do in this game is work as a scientist, going down to Earth to figure out what has happened. You scavenge resources to survive and face the dangers on the surface, to hunt for viral pathogens to cure a mysterious illness. There will be co-op, but not initially on launch. That will come up much later. They are focusing primarily on the core gameplay mechanics first and getting everything sorted in that respect before moving on to multiplayer and other challenges like that. It will also feature a story, as it is early access. That won't be coming as soon as the game launches, but there will be hints of the story to go with it. There's also a very advanced building system, which you can build a massive airship and control that to fly yourself around the world of Forever Skies. As you're flying around the world of Forever Skies, you'll encounter mysterious pathogens and also creatures. Some big, some small, and if you get really lucky, you may find an entrance to something which is called Below the Dust. Now, Below the Dust are harder areas of the game where things get a little bit nasty. There's bigger creatures down there which will definitely try and eat you. Above the dust, you're relatively safe. You can focus on building, grinding things out there, and creating your massive home airship, which looks pretty damn cool. I'm very excited for that aspect of the game. And alongside the building, they want you to utilize science to survive. Trying to survive is more of the key to this game. Rather than going out and fighting something, you are trying to cure illnesses, you're trying to survive any illnesses that you might get yourself, and look for another scientist, but that is part of the main story, which will be coming at a later date. The other scientist has disappeared with something that you yourself need quite badly, and it will help you try and figure out what happened on Earth. What do you think of Forever Skies? Let me know down below in the comments. Let's move on and check out the next one. Next on the list is Derelicts. Now, as you can see from the trailer, Derelicts is looking to be a mix of The Forest and ENQUIRES. Very interesting. Unfortunately, there is no planned release date as of yet, but the developers have been very active recently on their socials and on Steam. It looks to be pretty damn cool. I like the way that they're sort of blending in the aliens with Earth. It's set on Earth years after a radioactive event has taken place. Whether that is through human error or something to do with the aliens that we see in the trailer is yet to be seen. The aliens could potentially be something that have evolved from humans. We don't actually know. It is releasing into early access. That is what they've said so far. That could potentially change. They could launch into a full game. Not 100% sure on that one yet. As I said, there's not too many details out about this. It is developed and published by a company called Remain, and I believe it is a 1 or 2 man project. So pretty damn cool and pretty impressive for just 1 or 2, and a team so small, even if it is just a 1-man team. It will launch with full controller support, Steam achievements, and with a online co-op mode. Whether that's going to be similar to other survival games that we've seen where you can just jump into each other's world, or whether it'll be a fully functional jumping into a multiplayer server type thing, similar to Rust, is yet to be seen. So it is a shame that we don't know too much, but the developers are very active. They post little tidbits here and there, and it is looking pretty damn good. Something I do really like about this is the extensive building. It looks very complex, and like we can do a hell of a load of stuff with it. Just the little log flumes is something that I find really cool. I'm hoping that we can ride those. If we can't ride those, I'll be pretty damn disappointed. But being able to actually build something like that and create a sort of self-sustaining, self-feeding base, similar to something like Satisfactory in an actual survival game, is pretty damn cool, and it's something that we don't see very often. So I'm intrigued about this one, and hopefully we do hear more in the new year, potentially a release date. But stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, and as soon as we hear something about release dates or more, we'll let you know. So it will have a storyline as well. As you can see, the ship crashed, and you've got to pretty much get that ship back up and running. And as you'll see in the trailer, we have a dog companion. Insert heavy breathing here. Dog companions are just, it's a tippy top. And if we can pet the dog, that makes it even better. If we can't pet the dog, then I'm sorry, the game's just bust. But very excited for this one. Next up is Rooted. This one looks brilliant and it is one of my personal favourites. This will be a solo and multiplayer survival game, surviving in an ancient overgrown world full of dangers where we salvage, build, craft and hunt, trying to survive alone or with friends in an evolving post-apocalyptic environment powered by Unreal Engine 5. It is developed and published by Headlight Studios, and I know a lot of people aren't a fan of games that launched on Kickstarter, mainly because of, well, yeah, we know what Kickstarter's like, doesn't matter looking at you, but this one looks promising. I like the look of this. I've actually pledged myself for the Kickstarter. It wasn't much, it was something like $40, but looks very, very cool, very excited about it, and it has a very extensive salvage system, which we have seen in previous devlogs about the game, where we'll be able to pretty much deconstruct things down to the tiniest detail to be able to build and craft new things. We're going to have a big emphasis on crafting settlements and trying to actually survive and thrive as well. We'll have to defend our camp and fight off the autonomous sort of defences that have been left there by the military. Whether we're going to be defending our camp from military or just bandits in general is yet to be seen. They've also just released their alpha registration, so if you do want to check that out, head over to the Steam page and follow the game there. Thank you very much for watching. If you've reached this point, I really appreciate it. If you have, please drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and as it is the first time I've done something like this, you will be seeing a lot more like this from me, but more details on that will be revealed at a later date. Please subscribe to the channel, drop some feedback down below, let me know what you think of this style and sort of format, and we'll be back very soon with some more.